those of you who are having blockages in your life, unusual health problems, unusual mental states, bad dreams. This message is for those who are kind-hearted, really trying to make life work, wanting to be successful, wanting to hold the light for others. Whatever you're doing, you can hold that light, but it's very hard when you yourself are having difficulties in your life. I'm going to say these words, and I don't want any fear to come up, because the intention of this video is for knowledge to actually overcome fear, not create fear. I want you to know that you are not alone in what you're experiencing. Black magic, hexes and curses, negative interference of any type, and spiritual attachments are actually on the rise. I believe they've been with humanity for a very long time, thousands of years. But right now, people are really sensing things going really bad in their life. For some, it's been their whole life. For some, it's something more recent. If you are noticing any of these issues, please reach out to me. Blockages in life. What does that mean? That could mean that, hey, yes, I have a job, but everyone gets promoted around me, but I never get promoted. And I am a good worker. Actually, I'm an excellent worker. I don't know why they overlook me. I've gotten married, but I can't have children. Actually, in some cases, I haven't even gotten to a relationship to get married. I can't get married. I make good money, but every time I get a bonus or something, I'm moving ahead, somehow some situation comes up and the money just flows out. And for others, they're not making good money and they just can't. Money's always an issue. It's always going out and they never get ahead. You're trying to get your driver's license and you keep failing. You're trying to write an exam and you keep failing. You try to better yourself and you just can't. It doesn't make sense. You just know there's something that is stopping you from getting ahead. That would be considered a blockage in life. Then we have unusual health problems. Illnesses, sicknesses, pains that just don't make sense. I've done all the right things. I'm eating well. I'm doing how did this happen to me? Or you go to the doctor with all these pains and they say there's nothing wrong. There's absolutely nothing wrong. It doesn't make any sense. So you're affected by headaches perhaps, but there's no cure or no cause. You're affected by stomach pains, and they've done all those tests, and we've all been through some of those nasty tests. Oh no, everything's good. You only can take so much medicine to cover up, but there is an underlying problem that we want to get in touch with and figure out. Also, it could be great fatigue. So tired that you're not motivated to do anything. Also, you can feelings of despair, which leads us to unusual mental states. So it could be despair, anger, frustration, sadness, depression. Now, yes, these are common emotions. But if you're someone who's struggling with something so severe, such severe anger, or you're saying things to your spouse or your children and it's like, that is not me. That is not that person. Or you're so sad you don't want to get out of bed and you're so depressed and everything around you is falling apart. Sometimes it's a combination of the blockages in life, the unusual health problems you can't seem to figure out, and then the unusual mental states. Also, you might be having bad dreams, nightmares. Some people nightmares are so intense they don't even want to sleep, even though they're so tired. Going back to the mental state, you might be hearing voices, seeing visions that make you very uncomfortable, having negative thoughts that you're not good enough, that maybe you should end your life, that maybe you don't deserve the good that you're having. These are signs of black magic. They are signs of negative interference. Hexes and curses, spiritual attachments. And I know this can be a scary topic because the media and movies make it so traumatically scary. And I don't want to tell my friends that, hey guys, I think something's going on here. There's something spiritual going on or something I can't explain. I'm doing everything that I should, but my life is so difficult. Yet there's other people out there that have such an easy life. I've had a lot of training. I've had a lot of negative interference in my entire life. And I appreciate it now because what I realize is I was trained to do what I'm doing. I've always had a gift to release negativity from people's field. I didn't realize that, and this came later on in life, that people actually put negativity into someone's field because they wanted to hurt them. So, dealing with the concept of black magic, hexes, and curses was something I had to wrap my head around. Why? Because I'm one of those people who have a great love for humanity. I love humanity. I want people to feel good. I want everyone to show love and compassion and peace. And here I am thriving in that love in my heart, yet everything in my life is falling apart, which made no sense. And then other people whose lives were so much easier. So if you're having problems in relationships, finances, health, and they're ongoing and there's no explanation for them, consider it might be foreign interference, negative foreign interference. I can help you. I've been gifted this way. I've had some really great training, and one of my biggest trainings was dealing with a cult. And actually, that happened back in 2020. And they almost took my life. But what I realized is this is all just an illusion, that love is the most powerful energy on earth. Over the years, I've dealt with many different cases. And I love dealing with these cases because I learn from them. As we come together and these beings of light come in, they show me what needs to be done in these particular cases. One recent one I just want to share with you. The girl knew she's had black magic affecting her life for the last 10 years. Nothing's been easy, and it really showed up in her finances and just having a bit of chaos in her life that she could not seem to get through. When we got through this session, it was done by virtual, and it can be done by virtual. I don't have to be in the same room with you. At the time where we were starting to break the effects and the interference of black magic, we both felt this at the same time, where these beautiful, it was just tremendous light came through, but it was like lightning bolts. And during this, as it was happening from my perspective, I could see the dark magic in the person's system being broken, dissolved, released, transmuted. The client's experience was they had a very heavy weight on their chest, a little bit of anxiety, but all of a sudden this white light, and the person's eyes were closed at the time. They saw lightning bolts, but they actually saw light from outside their eyelids. I was in my office and it was filled with light and lightning bolts coming through. Now, during that time, that's when they were breaking the black magic. After that, this great sense of peace came over the client and myself, and we continued to do some healing and some really raising the vibration of the client to avoid anything happening in the future. And we also put them into cloaking invisibility. There's a lot of things that I do. I've been trained really extensively for this work. Is the client was not scared. Yes, a little bit anxious. It was relatively a very peaceful session. The day after, the night after, tremendous changes in the client's overall feeling. They felt lighter, they felt peace, they slept better. A week later, we chatted, and I get a heartfelt thank you with tears saying, "Thank you, you saved my life." This is what keeps me going. It is tough work. It is exhausting sometimes. But when clients come back to say their lives have changed, sometimes after a session, I had this one girl, she was so sweet. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I can see in color." I go, "Well, what did you mean?" She goes, "I just felt like everything was so dull. It's like I had filters." And she felt something lift off her eyes and she could see again. That's what can happen with black magic. It can stop the way you function. It can stop the way you see the world. It can take away that luster for life and that excitement. Or my mission on life is to bring great love and life and excitement back to, and health and joy into clients' lives.